As I sit here, typing these words, my heart races with fear and my hands tremble uncontrollably. I need to share my story, to warn others of the horrors I've experienced. It all started 2 months ago, when I moved into a small cabin nestled deep in the woods of Hollow Creek. Little did I know that my life was about to take a sinister turn. At first, everything seemed idyllic. The serene surroundings, the whispering pines, and the crisp autumn air made me feel at ease. But soon, I began to notice strange occurrences. It started with subtle things, like misplaced objects and eerie noises in the night. I dismissed them as my imagination playing tricks on me, but deep down, I knew something was amiss. As the days passed, the incidents grew more frequent and more disturbing. I would often wake up to find my belongings rearranged, as if someone had been rummaging through my things. The once inviting woods now felt suffocating, as if they were closing in on me. I felt a constant sense of dread, as if I was being watched, and paranoia gnawed at my sanity. One night, I heard footsteps outside my cabin. I peeked through the window, but there was no one in sight. I went outside to investigate, armed with a flashlight and a sense of foreboding. The moonlight cast eerie shadows, and the branches swayed ominously in the wind. I called out, but my voice was swallowed by the darkness. Fear clenched my chest as I felt an unseen presence lurking in the shadows, watching me. Determined to uncover the truth, I decided to set up cameras around my cabin. The footage revealed nothing out of the ordinary, until one fateful night. As I reviewed the recordings, I saw something that chilled me to the bone. A figure, shrouded in darkness, approached my cabin. Its movements were unnatural, jerky, and inhuman. It didn't have a face, just an empty void where its features should be. My blood ran cold as I realized that I was being tormented by something otherworldly. The entity seemed to feed on my fear, growing bolder with each passing day. It would bang on the walls, scratch at the windows, and even whisper my name in a haunting voice that sent shivers down my spine. Sleep became impossible as I was plagued by vivid nightmares, each more terrifying than the last. I became a shell of my former self, consumed by fear and paranoia. One stormy night, as I sat huddled in a corner of my cabin, the entity's presence loomed larger than ever. It seemed to have gained strength, and I could feel its malevolent gaze upon me. The air crackled with an otherworldly energy, and I knew that I had to confront it, or else it would never leave me alone. I armed myself with a makeshift weapon and ventured out into the dark woods, guided by an unseen force. The trees swayed wildly, and the rain pelted down, drenching me to the bone. The entity's whispers grew louder, urging me to turn back, but I pressed on, fueled by a mix of fear and determination. I finally reached a clearing in the woods, where the entity revealed itself in all its terrifying glory. It stood before me, a shadowy figure with glowing red eyes that pierced through the darkness. Its form shifted and twisted, as if it was not bound by the laws of this world. I stared into its soulless eyes, feeling a mixture of awe and horror. The entity spoke to me, its voice a guttural, otherworldly sound that sent chills down my spine. It taunted me, whispering my deepest fears and secrets, trying to break my resolve. But I refused to succumb to its terror. With a surge of courage, I charged at the entity, swinging my weapon with all my might. But my attacks passed through it, as if it was made of mist. The entity laughed, a spine-chilling sound that echoed through the woods. It retaliated, unleashing a torrent of supernatural powers that shook the very ground beneath me. I dodged its attacks, stumbling through the woods, desperately trying to find a way to defeat it. But it seemed invulnerable, impervious to my efforts. My strength waned, and I knew I couldn't keep up the fight much longer. Just as I was about to give in to despair, a blinding light pierced through the darkness. A figure appeared, clad in a hooded cloak, wielding a staff that crackled with powerful magic. The figure chanted incantations, casting spells that weakened the entity. I watched in awe as the entity's form flickered and faded, its power waning. The figure beckoned me to stand back, and with a final incantation, unleashed a blast of energy that banished the entity from our realm. The woods fell silent, the rain stopped, and the clouds cleared. I was left trembling, exhausted, but grateful to be alive. The figure approached me, revealing herself as a powerful witch who had sensed the entity's presence in Hollow Creek. She explained that the entity was a malevolent spirit that had been trapped in the woods for centuries, seeking souls to torment. She helped me back to my cabin, and we performed a protective ritual to ward off any lingering traces of the entity's presence. She assured me that it was gone for good, but warned me to never speak of it to anyone, lest it attract unwanted attention. I thanked her profusely, and she vanished into the night, leaving me with a sense of awe and wonder at the supernatural world that existed beyond our perception. In the aftermath, I decided to leave Hollow Creek and start anew elsewhere. The memories of the entity and the horrors I had experienced would forever haunt me, but I was grateful for the chance to escape with my life intact. I couldn't help but wonder what other secrets the world held, and what other entities lurked in the shadows, waiting to prey on unsuspecting souls. To this day, I keep my encounter with the entity a secret, knowing that not everyone would believe my story. But the experience has left an indelible mark on my soul, a constant reminder of the existence of the supernatural, and the fragility of our reality. I am forever changed, forever wary of the unknown, and forever grateful to the mysterious witch who came to my aid in my darkest hour. So, if you ever find yourself in the woods of Hollow Creek, be wary of the shadows that lurk there. And remember, not everything that goes bump in the night can be explained by logic or reason. Some things are better left untouched, lest they awaken a darkness that you may not be prepared to face.